Welcome to 5-Minute Nerd, where we break down your favorite nerd culture in just 5 minutes. Today we're looking at the evolution of one of the most iconic characters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Tony Stark, aka Iron Man. From his first appearance in Iron Man, released in 2008, to his final stand in Avengers Endgame, released in 2019, Tony Stark's journey is one of growth, sacrifice, and redemption. Let's dive into how he changed over the course of the MCU, his pivotal role in the Avengers, and his lasting legacy. Iron Man, released in 2008, the birth of a hero. We first meet Tony Stark as a billionaire playboy, genius inventor and head of Stark Industries, a weapons manufacturing company. At the beginning of Iron Man, Tony is self-absorbed, reckless, and unaware of the consequences of his company's actions. All of that changes when he's captured by terrorists in Afghanistan, forcing him to confront the destruction his weapons have caused. Using his intellect, Tony builds the first Iron Man suit to escape, marking the birth of his superhero alter ego. Tony's moral compass shifts as he decides to stop manufacturing weapons and focus on using his technology for good. The creation of the Iron Man suit symbolizes his transformation from a careless businessman to someone who wants to take responsibility for the damage he's caused. By the end of the film, Tony publicly declares, "I am Iron Man," a bold move that sets the tone for his transparency and confidence. Iron Man 2, released in 2010, and The Avengers, released in 2012, struggling with responsibility. In Iron Man 2, we see Tony grappling with the pressure of being Iron Man. His reckless behavior returns as he faces the threat of dying from palladium poisoning due to the arc reactor in his chest. He tries to keep the world at arm's length but ultimately realizes that being a hero means accepting help from others, like Rhodey, also known as War Machine, and Pepper Potts. Tony also upgrades his arc reactor, symbolizing his growth and renewed sense of purpose. By the time we get to the Avengers, Tony is fully entrenched in the role of Iron Man, but he's still not a team player. Throughout the film, he butts heads with Captain America, dismissing the idea of teamwork. However, by the film's climax, Tony performs a selfless act by guiding a nuclear missile into a wormhole to save New York City, solidifying his commitment to the greater good. This marks a significant moment in Tony's evolution. He's now willing to put his life on the line for others. Iron Man 3, released in 2013, and Age of Ultron, released in 2015, battling inner demons. In Iron Man 3, Tony is dealing with severe PTSD from the events of the Avengers. He's haunted by his near-death experience during the Battle of New York and is obsessed with building more Iron Man suits as a way to protect the world and himself from future threats. Ultimately, he learns that it's not the suit that makes him a hero, but his intelligence, heart, and courage. He destroys his suits and undergoes surgery to remove the shrapnel near his heart, indicating a shift in his character. Fast forward to Avengers Age of Ultron, and Tony's desire to protect the world leads him to create Ultron, an AI peacekeeping program that goes horribly wrong. His intentions are good, but his actions cause massive destruction, highlighting his deep-seated fears about not being able to save everyone. This movie shows Tony's struggle with the burden of being a protector, but also sets up his arc for later films. He wants to create a world where heroes like him are no longer needed. Captain America Civil War, 2016, the breaking point. Tony's desire for control and protection reaches a boiling point in Captain America Civil War. Haunted by his past mistakes, especially the creation of Ultron, Tony supports the Sokovia Accords, which would place the Avengers under government oversight. His motivations stem from guilt and a need to be held accountable for his actions. This decision leads to a major conflict with Steve Rogers, who believes that the Avengers should remain independent. The emotional core of Civil War is Tony's realization of his vulnerabilities. When he discovers that Bucky Barnes, under mind control, killed his parents, Tony's anger and pain overwhelm him, leading to the climactic fight between him and Steve. By the end of the film, Tony is left fractured, emotionally, mentally, and physically, as the Avengers are split in half. Avengers, Infinity War, 2018, and Endgame, 2019, The Ultimate Sacrifice. Tony's journey comes full circle in Avengers Infinity War. He is now in a stable relationship with Pepper and has embraced his role as a protector. However, his worst fears are realized when Thanos arrives to collect the Infinity Stones. Tony puts everything on the line in the fight against Thanos, even traveling to Titan, the Mad Titan's home planet. Despite his efforts, Tony and the Avengers fail, and half of the universe is wiped out. The guilt of this failure weighs heavily on Tony in Avengers Endgame. He initially retires and starts a family with Pepper, finding peace in his new life. But when the Avengers discover a way to reverse the snap, Tony must make a difficult choice: stay with his family or risk everything to save the universe. Ultimately, Tony decides to join the mission, knowing the stakes. In the final battle, Tony uses the Infinity Stones to snap Thanos and his army out of existence, but the act of wielding the stones proves fatal. Tony's final words, "I am Iron Man," echo his declaration from the first film, bringing his character arc full circle. He started as a self-centered playboy, but he ends as the ultimate hero, sacrificing himself to save the universe. Tony's legacy lives on in the MCU through the technology he created, the people he inspired, and the impact he had on the world. His mentorship of Peter Parker, his creation of the Iron Legion, and his role as a founding member of the Avengers all left a lasting mark. His journey is one of redemption from selfish genius to selfless hero, and his sacrifice is a reminder of the true meaning of heroism. And that's Tony Stark's incredible evolution across the MCU. Until next time, when we'll dive into another nerd culture favorite, keep nerding out. If there are parts of the nerd universe that you would like for us to cover here at 5 Minute Nerd, leave us a note in the comments. To keep getting nerd culture broken down in 5 minutes, don't forget to like and subscribe.